Isinya Feeds is a company involved in manufacturing and distribution of animal feeds. Specifically, we have done a lot of emphasis on the poultry, that's broiler feeds and the layers feeds. It's a company which has been in operation for around 25 years now, with a presence across the country. And Isinya Feeds also does hatching of chicks, day-old chicks, which are the broilers and the layers. We also do cockerels for the day-old chicks, and these ones are hatched from our state-of-the-art hatcheries and distributed across the country to all the farmers who are using these products. The same thing we also do is sell the poultry equipment. That's the drinkers and the feeders, which the farmers would want to use for taking care of their chicks, be it the layer or the broiler. For the broilers, we have a particular breed called the Cob 500, which is a good breed which ensures faster weight gain and low mortality of your chicks, so that by day 35, depending on what time you want your chicks to go, you are assured of at least 1.9 to 2 kgs live weight, which translates to around 1.5 kilos in rest weight. And our layers is a breed from Loman. Loman breed again is a layers breed which is more in size, eats slightly lower amount of feed, and ensuring that you get productivity from the eggs in a way that by week 18 week, that's 4.5 months, you birds start laying, and then they lay for 1.5 years. And for sure a farmer is looking for a better productivity from such kind of a bird. And coming back to our products, I would say currently Isinya Feeds is the leading in terms of the feed quality. Any farmer who want to do good business in terms of the broiler, I would advise that farmer really to consider using Isinya range of broiler products. Currently, we are also advancing. We have in the market now the 3-phase broiler feeds. Initially, we had the 2-phase, which is the starter and the finisher. But now we've introduced the grower stage in it. So we have the first phase, the starter, the grower, and the finisher. We have both the starter mash and the starter crumbs. We have the grower pellets and the finisher pellets, both in 3-phase and 2-phase. About our products, I would really want to talk more in terms of taking care of the chicks, because essentially any farmer who would purchase our chicks and purchase our product will be looking at productivity and economies from whatever the farmer is doing. We don't want a farmer to purchase our chicks and purchase our products, and due to some mistakes in the management, we will not be able to get exactly what the farmer is looking for. And of course, the farmer is looking for the profits. So brooding is one of the most important part of the chicken rearing, especially the day-old chicks. When these chicks are hatched at day-old, they really cannot maintain their temperatures. So they have to depend on what the farmer is giving them for them to grow. Remember, they've been feeding on the yolk, which is constant, it's balanced. Now you are giving them now a product which has been manufactured. So number one, this product has to be well balanced, and the bird has to take water. And then the other thing is to provide the environmental temperatures has to be well. So within the environment, we are looking at the temperatures. They have to be right. For a day-old chicks, the first week, the temperature is supposed to be at least 33 degrees centigrade, around 33 to 35 for the first 1 week. You need to provide that because the chick cannot maintain its own temperature. It cannot regulate. So you need to regulate the temperature. The other thing you need to regulate for this chick is humidity. Is it high or low? You need to have a relative humidity which the bird will be able to maintain whatever the bird is doing and be able to feed well, be able to maintain the ammonia production so that there's no ammonia production within the house. The other thing you need to maintain for the chick is ventilation. Is there enough ventilation for the chick to enjoy, to be able to see the feed, to be able to perspire well in such a way that these chicks are able to release the oxygen, release the carbon dioxide and take in the oxygen within the environment? Is the ventilation enough to bring in fresh air and take away the used air, and including the carbon dioxide, including the carbon monoxide, including the ammonia gases which have built up from the brooder? It's really important to take care of that, because I do believe any mistake you make within the brooder for the first 72 hours can never be recovered back for the lifetime of the chick, be it the layer or the broiler. So it's really important to take care of that, because when you provide the environmental conditions, you will ensure that the chick really feeds well, because the chick has to feed immediately. The chick has to eat immediately once it's get into the brooder. This is because, number one, if the chick doesn't eat well, the growth and development will be affected. Number two, the yolk or the remains of the yolk will not be absorbed as it is required. And number three, the chick will not be able to grow or to grow in terms of the weight, the weight gain and the growing of the feathers, especially for the layers. The broiler, normally you not want them to grow the feathers, because what you want really is the meat. But for the layers, you want them to grow the feathers, because that's what will keep them warm even later in the period of these chicks. So I would say, if we do the better management of these chicks, and then use the right breed, which is our chicks, and our product, which is our Isinya broiler and layers feed, then you are encompassing one great thing, which now you'll be assured of great products and better profits from whatever thing you are doing. Whatever we have currently here is an hybrid, which is as a result of crossbreeding from one breed to another one to come up with a super breed. So crossbreeding, it's like you are taking a particular breed with particular characteristics which you desire, and you blend or crossbreed with another breed which also has some characteristics which you require, and bring them together to like boost all those characteristics to bring out a super, what we call the hybrid. So I would say crossbreeding from different breeds is quite advisable in terms of coming up with a hybrid which is cost effective in terms of the egg production and the meat production. For any farmer who would want to do poultry keeping, it's an easy task, which again is quite expensive if you do a mistake. It's important before you embark or start poultry keeping, you get the knowledge of what you want to do. What are the things you need to do to make it a success? Because it's not just a matter of buying the chicks and the feeds and going to your house to start rearing the chicks. You need to understand the management bit. And number two, you need to understand what it will take you into the chicken rearing. You realize that the feeds, they are costly and they constitute around 75% of the total cost. And if you don't take care of the management part of it, you'll find out you are going at a loss because the cost will be too high. But once you learn how to do it, the cost of the feed will not be an issue per se, because you really understand what you need to do and manage it very well. The other bit I would also want to advise any farmer who would want to go into chicken farming, again, also before embarking on putting your chicks into a farm, you need to know where your market is. Because for the broiler, once the birds get into the market weight, you cannot continue feeding them. You need to take them to the market so that you don't incur any loss. So it's important you really get to know where your market is. Well, feeding of the chickens varies depending on the breed you have. Is it the breed for the layers, or is it the breed for the broilers? Each one of them have a different regime. And if I can take you through the regime for the broilers, broilers can be either be fed on the 2-phase or the 3-phase diet. Each one of them have different timelines you feeding them. So for the Isinya 2-phase, we have the Isinya starter mash or the Isinya broiler starter crumbs, which you feed from day 1 to day 21. That's within a period of 3 weeks. And we are expecting within that period, a chick of a broiler will take 1 kg of the feed. And then now from the 22nd day until you take your birds to the market, each chick will supposed to feed on the Isinya broiler finisher mash or broiler finisher pellet. And we are expecting, per se, if you are going up to day 35, each chick is supposed to take 2.5 kilos of the total product. Now we are introducing the 3-phase, which now each chick will feed 3 types of broiler feeds. And the one you start with on day 1 is the Isinya 3-phase starter crumbs, which you feed from day 1 to day 12. Then from day 12 to day 21, you feed the Isinya growers pellets. Then from 22nd to slaughter. For our chicks, we have agents across the country, and for a farmer who needs our chicks, we'll go to our agents and place your order prior, 1 week or 2 weeks prior to when you need the chicks, be it the broiler or the layer. And then from the agents, that's when now the agents will get in touch with us and place the order, which we supply. For the chicks, we supply weekly. Every Mondays, we have our broilers. Every Thursday, we also have our layers going to the agents, so the farmers can come and pick from the agents. The prices for these chicks keeps on fluctuating, but currently the prices to the farmers for broilers is currently going at 65 bob, and our layers is going at 100 bob per chick. And now we also have the cockerels, which they are going at 30 bob per chick.